What have you got?
No externals, no cuts, no scratches, no obvious signs of abuse.
Cause of death?
Undetermined. I'll have to take a look inside. Can you give me a hand?
Do you know why you're here, Andy?
Yeah, my notebook's messed up. You guys are fixing it, right?
Somebody's working on it right now.
And do you think it'll be done soon?
Hard to say. It has some pretty serious internal damage.
You have quite a record, son.
What do you mean?
The lab says this isn't the first time you've been here with problems. You had some keys replaced on the keyboard.
Yeah, one came off. Well, two, actually.
That's what happens when they're abused.
Abuse? I didn't abuse anything.
Are you sure?
The lab found traces of food in the keyboard tray. Liquid, too. Looks like you got messy and tried to clean up the wrong way.
But that's all I was doing, just cleaning it up. It's not like I meant to break anything.
Then about a month ago, your system board failed?
Yeah, but I didn't do anything. I just opened it up one day and it wouldn't work.
System boards don't break overnight, Andy.
They break gradually, over time.
What do you mean?
You ever stuff the notebook in your backpack when you're in a hurry?
Yeah.
Or put something heavy on top of it? Or even swing it around while you're carrying it?
I might have done that, yeah.
Well, every time you do something like that, it makes the cover flex. The system board is attached to the bottom cover. So every time the cover flexes, it bends the system board too. This causes stress to the connections that attach some of the circuits to the board. Are you with me?
Uh-huh.
Well, these connectors may crack after a lot of little stresses. Or after one big one. And when that happens, the notebook doesn't work.
Which brings us to tonight. The lab just called and said your hard drive is dead.
It's dead?
A hard drive is serious technology, son. When it's operating, the heads hover just over the data, not quite touching it.
Less than the width of a human hair.
But if it gets jarred or banged or bumped, the heads will crash into the recording surface and scratch it. And maybe destroy some data. You could lose something important. And eventually, you could lose everything.
That means unless you backed it up, all the homework you did is gone.
Oh no. I have a 20-page paper on there, and it's due tomorrow.
Didn't have to happen like this, son.
What was I supposed to do?
You were supposed to take care of it.
That means you close it before you move it. And when you close it, don't just shut it and run. Use the function and F4 keys to put it in standby. Then wait a couple seconds for the standby light to come on.
That means the heads are locked.
If you move it before they're locked, they can crash into your data and mess it up. So you sure don't want to be walking around with it open and running. That's just asking for trouble.
You put it in a bag that protects it. One with a separate compartment if you have it. If you don't, at least use a protective sleeve. And keep the food and drink away from it. Period.
This thing can stand up to a lot.
But that doesn't mean it'll last forever.
Every time you slam it, every time you jar it while it's running, every time you drop it, you hurt it a little more.
You may not see it. You can't always tell. But the damage is building. Until one day, it ends up dead.
You got lucky this time. Your notebook is fixed.
Does this mean I'm free to go?
For now.
But take care of that thing. And don't let us see you back here again.
Don't worry. You won't.
Remember, Andy, your warranty doesn't cover everything. You could ring up some hefty repair bills.
I know. I'll be careful. I'm sorry. I'll get it right this time. I promise.
I hope so.